Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force, and today I will be showing you some more FireFall. Most specifically, I'm pretty excited to talk with you and show off the brand new patch. So if you don't know yet, I've talked about it a couple times, but if you haven't seen it, we're going to be seeing the official launch of FireFall come the end of the month, which is just a couple of weeks away. And to coincide with this launch, a bunch of new content, some additions, some improvements, and some changes to existing systems have gone through in a big patch that came out, patch 1.0. So it's the official launch patch. I do believe some more stuff will be coming prior to launch, but I think most of the major systems and changes have gone in already. So that's what I'm going to show you a little bit of here today. And the first thing I wanted to show you is this Ares job board. So what is there to do in FireFall? Well, typically for the past couple of years, all we've had to do are things like these Ares missions, saving crash thumpers or doing races. And these would be scattered throughout the zone, and you just go over there and complete them. And other people could do it as well, because everyone in this area sees these two Ares missions right here, for example. Now, the introduction of job boards is essentially, it's a quest giver, and these are personalized quests. Now, a job board will be located at every one of the point of interest in a zone. So right here, the Thump Dump, the Northern Shores over here, Sarando Plains over here at Copacabana. Each one of these points of interest will have a job board that has its own individual jobs available. And these jobs are fully voice acted. There's full narration and story behind them. It's basically like we have quests now, which in the past there was a main storyline, but we didn't really have individualized quests. Well, now those exist. You'll also notice here that at each of the points of interest there is a level range. So you go starting over here in Copacabana, level 1 to 5, and then up here in the Northern Shores, level 6 to 9, and then Thump Dump is 10 to 13. This area is 10 to 13, and as you go throughout the zone, the levels get higher and higher up until you reach the max level range for this particular zone, which is a level 24. That's the highest this zone goes to. And then if you pull the map back, now we've got some other nearby zones like Certeo, and this will be a higher level zone, and then you can move into Blackwater, and you're actually able to walk from zone to zone now. And they're unlocking more zones now that the game is launching, so there's a lot more actual landmass and areas accessible to you. In fact, there's even an open world PvP area, which is the Broken Peninsula, although we won't be going into that here in this video because I'm still super low level and I'll probably get crushed. But yeah, so each one of these areas will have a job board, and let me just give you a quick example of what that's like. So I can walk up to this job board, I interact with it, and then you'll have a list of jobs that you can choose from, and sometimes there'll be high priority jobs as well. At the moment, it looks like all of these are just a standard priority though. And they'll be different objectives. You'll have rewards that you'll get from them. Let's go with, let's do the Ransom Quest. So as soon as I hit accept, we're gonna start to get the quest dialogue. So here we go.
You Ares 3-5? Come meet me, I'm in Thump Dump.
All right, I need to go meet Captain Patel over here.
I'm Captain Patel. I'm the commanding officer of the Accord's Northern Defenses. Sergeant Lewis recommended you. I believe he called you pretty good with your but he tends to impress easily. We've received a distress call from a small thumping team in the Cerrado. It's most likely that the Black Hills gang is behind this. So given your experience with these criminals, I want you to go and check it out.
I've got the location of the distress call, boss. Sending it to your sim.
So again, you notice that there were different jobs available. Each of the jobs will have the voice acting and a story behind it and everything. Now I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be silent for all of the dialogue, because these have typically been set in different stages. So I'll go over here, I'll investigate the distress call. That'll be stage 1, and then they'll tell me to move on over to the next particular objective, the next particular area, and there'll be more communication that takes place. And you can see right here, there's riflemen, and they're like, "Oh, watch out, an Ares is coming," and then I just blow them up. So you can see right now we've got a new health bar for the enemies, which actually I like the way it looks. I think it's quite neat. There's also the display of a level. So once I hit him here, you'll notice he's level 11, and that shows up just to the left of his health bar there. and his name. And in the upper left-hand corner of the screen here, you can see my level is currently level 10. So that symbol is for the mammoth symbol, and that's my particular battle frame. The mammoth is like a heavy, sort of the tank of this game. And yeah, so my frame is level 10. So they've now made it so that you just level up the frames. And these guys are level 13. Holy moly, I'm gonna pop some of my abilities here. There's my frontal shield, which will absorb some damage. And I only have one more hostile to kill, and he is right down over here. So let's go ahead and blow his face up. We're gonna do our charge ability to him, which does 1,000 damage, and we can actually hit him in the back. Hit him a couple times. One more time. There we go. With our melee attack, which does actually some pretty decent damage. So that's phase 1. And now we just need to collect the objective, and there'll be more storyline. It'll move on to phase 2, and it'll continue to progress from there. And, you know, these are MMO quests, so it's collecting things, it's killing things. But it's really, I'm just super excited that we've got the voice acting. There's a story behind all of these now, because prior to this, all we really had was we would have these random Ares missions where you'd go to and you'd complete them, and sure, there'd be a little story, but there was only a few of them on the map at any given time. But to have these fully narrated job boards with all of these quests, it's actually feeling like a fully fleshed out MMO FPS right now with that addition, and I absolutely love it. I'm not going to go through and do every single section of this particular job, but I just wanted to give you a good idea of what it was like. But yeah, that's basically how it works. I'll go through those different stages, the story will progress along, and then once you complete, you receive your rewards. Fantastic. Now, besides the introduction of these Ares jobs, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but check out the way the melding looks now. Been a bit of a visual bump to this game, and one of the things that they recently changed was just the look of the melding. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And please, you know, this video isn't meant to just be fanboying out. It's meant to show you some of the new things that came with this patch that's preparing for launch. I've been playing for a couple of hours this morning and having a blast. I'm really enjoying the new things that they've added to this game. Okay, so besides the Ares jobs, I mentioned that battle frames now have a leveling up system, as opposed to they used to have this power scale where you'd have to upgrade the CPU and all these various things. That is no longer the case. Now it's just straight experience and leveling up. So my current battle frame, the Mammoth battle frame, I've got to level 10. But if I go over here, so you notice that XP bar at the bottom, so that's for my current battle frame. If I switch to, say, my Firecat is level 9, and you'll notice the XP bar is in a different location. Or we've got ones that are level 1 that I've just barely done anything with. So, oh no, actually this guy. Try to find one that's actually low level here. I think the Bastion's actually a low level. So yeah, this guy's level 1. See in the upper left-hand corner. What just happened was I had prior experience before this patch reset, and that's why it bumped up my level for the biotech, because I'd spent a lot of time with it way back when. So yeah, biotech is level 7 here. So you don't have a character level. My character stays the same whenever I switch my battle frame, but the battle frame levels will dictate how effective you will be against the mobs of the various levels. So I'm currently level 10 on this battle frame, so I can fight people in this 10 to 13 area. But if I don a level 1 battle frame, I'm going to have a much harder time against level 10, 12, and 13 NPCs. I'm going to be taking a bunch of damage. I'm hardly going to deal any damage to them. I don't have a lot of abilities. You get access to the abilities as you level up. So like, for example, you'll notice my Bastion here, no abilities for him. I might have some in my... Let's see if I have anything. Yeah, so there's nothing. I can't even get the battle frame core, which is to increase like your health and movement speed and all of that. I need to get to level 2 before I can add access to my first ability, so you can see it's gated behind level 2, level 4, level 6, and then level 8. So you'll level up the individual battle frames. No more CPU crazy shenanigans. It's just you put on a battle frame, you complete objectives, you get experience from doing that, and then your level goes up. And then as your level goes up, you can access new weapons, new abilities. You're just more powerful in general. Also, there used to be in this game permanent item loss. So what would happen is, because it's a free-to-play game, the idea behind it was that you would create these items and then you use them up, and there was no you would eventually just lose them forever. They would be gone for good, and there'd be nothing that you can do about it. And the idea, obviously, as a free-to-play game, was that this was incentive for you to spend more time in, potentially invest some money into getting these things back and whatnot. Now that's no longer the case. Permanent item loss does not exist. There is still gear degradation, so gear does degrade over time, but you can repair it. So you can see durability here on these weapons. There's even durability on your abilities. So these are my abilities that I have: Thunderdome, Shield Wall, Teleport Shot, and then my ultimate or special ability. And they all have durability. So as they decrease, I'll have to repair them if I want them to be fully functional, basically. This is the new look of the inventory. You can also sort it here by a list if you want. But what'll happen is if you go into a specific battle frame, it'll show you all of the abilities and weapons that are relevant to that battle frame. However, if I just go hit I just for my inventory, it'll show everything I have in my inventory, independent of the battle frames. So you notice like there's a lot more abilities here that aren't specific. So these are assault type abilities as opposed to dreadnought ones like this one. Yeah, so that's how that works. That's pretty neat. This just looks a lot cleaner. The crafting system, I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to show it to you in this video. They have redone it. They've changed the resources. The resources are a bit more simplified now. Basically, there's no longer 1,000 different quality levels for the 16 different resources. Instead, they've gone with a grade system like white, green, blue, purple, and orange, sort of like a typical MMO system, as it were. There's also new zones. This is a brand new open world PvP zone. There are new leveling zones, like the one that's right next to us. This Sorteo zone is a level 25 to 37. Again, something I would not be successful at doing right now because I'm such a low level, but we could still technically go to it. So let me actually, I'm gonna go to this watchtower real quick. Let me grab my LJV. We're going to go to this watchtower real quick and glide on over into the next zone. Okay, so as you can see straight ahead, we're going to have entrance into the next area. And I am going to glide on into it. I don't even know if I'm allowed to just walk from one zone into another. I read that you could, but I guess we'll be finding out in just 1 second if that's actually the case. It's so exciting to me because this has been a game that I've always had high hopes for and was just so disappointed hopping in every few months to realize that the game was pretty much the same. Since this most recent patch, the game is finally different. Oh, it looks like I actually can't go into here. Okay, there it is. I can. Ah, I see. So this is just basically the loading screen. There we go. So we've got a little loading screen to go into the next area. But, you know, at least we can actually go into new zones now. So this is a brand new zone. And I'm likely to re-show this to you once I'm high enough level to actually compete. At the moment with this, my highest level battle frame is this one, which is level 10. And that I'm just gonna get crushed. In fact, we've got I'm gonna try to display this here. We've got an enemy right over here. Let's engage it and see what happens, huh? Let's see what level this thing is. So this just shows a skull, obviously much higher level than, ooh, you know what? I can actually fight this. It shows a skull though, which I'm assuming that means if it hits me, I'm just dead. What is it doing though? Just kind of running around, dancing a bit. I guess he just likes dancing. Well, that's fine, I don't mind. Okay, well that actually makes me really happy to know that you can actually, uh-oh, this might be a nice upgrade for me. Ooh, I need to be level 30, but look at that damage. Oh, 300 more DPS, that's fantastic. I absolutely love it. I'm having a good time right now. I'm gonna keep playing this. I want to level up a battle frame and just... FireFall is finally coming around. We are finally getting new stuff, things to do. And that's really exciting to me. And new areas to explore. All of those things are really exciting to me. Holy moly, he took out so much of my health with that one hit. But I'm gonna beat him. Because I am a baller! Yeah, buddy, what do I get? Give me this. Thank you. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Just a brief showcasing of some of the new things in the game at the moment. Expect future videos on FireFall, because I'm digging playing it right now, and I'm going to keep doing so. I'll see you guys soon. Hope you have a great day. Keep watching, and keep owning.